Good afternoon, everybody. If you can see us, if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up. This is our mic check. Let us know that everything's working properly. We will begin at 3 o'clock.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Let me turn my ringer down on my phone. Have a few things to mention today before we go into our numbers. They want to remind people that tomorrow, Saturday, that is the Saturday that our voting precinct will be open. So you'll have a chance from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock tomorrow to come in at any time and vote. I don't think there'll be, maybe any long lines or anything. I know during the day on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, they're here also, and 8 to 2 on Fridays, and things are pretty streamlined. They're averaging, I think, right at 90 to 100 people a day, from what I understand. So that's good. So just remember tomorrow, from 9 to 4, come in and cast your vote. Our census, and Kerry mentions that quite often, but we need to reach a goal of 60% by June the 1st. Right now we're at 46%. So if you haven't actually filled out your census, and try to get it in if you can. And if you have any questions, you can call and talk to Carrie about that, or go online. She has a lot of information about it. Yesterday, I did mention Governor Kemp. He did come on at 4, and he did. We weren't sure what he was going to do, yay or nay, but he did extend the state emergency, his state of emergency. He did extend that to July the 12th. So that's the third time that he has extended it. So he did bring some good news, though. I think he's actually opened back up. We've had a lot of concern about our sports facility and the city's Jenkins Park here, and have been working for the past week or so, trying to get those ready for when the time comes. And so according to the governor, Monday, we're going to have those back up and running. I've already talked with one of the coaches in here this morning, and it's going to be kind of up to them to follow the social distancing, and he did increase the group of 10 to a group of 25 in different areas, so it's going to be kind of a challenge, but you can do it. I think the biggest thing is going to be like the dugout area, and your players and all. They may even have to go to the back part of the bleachers there, or the front part, and have some of the players there. But the coaches will work that out. We just need to work through this, and maybe in the next few months it'll get back to normal. But right now we just need to go with the governor's guidelines, and he did release that. So maybe Monday of next week, on the end of next week, we'll be working diligently to try to get this back together. Cloudland Canyon, of course, mention that every day because it's a big issue. It'll be another weekend there, starting tomorrow. Well, actually, it's tonight and then tomorrow. But the DNR, they're really handling that real well. They've got a lot of help up there now, and the enforcement people and all. So we'll see how this weekend goes. Hopefully it'll go, similar to last week. It went pretty smooth. Something new, Chattanooga Area Food Bank and the Dade County Mobile Pantry will be at Dade County Elementary School this coming Monday, June the 1st. They'll be there from 2 to 4, and they'll be handing out food. And I'm not sure if that'll be a drive-in or not. Drive-through, okay. Be a drive-through. You won't have to get out of your car and everything. And so just remember that. That's June the 1st. That's on Monday from 2 to 4. And it's at the elementary school, which is just over from our administrative building here. I want to mention too real quick, Sulphur Springs Gap Road. If you haven't been watching this, it's been down for several weeks, and we finally got that open back up. So it's up and going, and those people are really appreciative of that. I do want to mention Daniels Road, unless they've changed the schedule. It'll be closed from June the 1st, for a few weeks there, and until they finish that road up. So just kind of make arrangements there, and keep in mind that we've already, of course, notified their EMS and all those people, the fire departments and all, on that. Nursing home out at the Dade Health and Rehab. I did get a text yesterday, and I did call Miss Massingale back. She informed me that actually that as of yesterday, everyone in the nursing facility had finished up all their tests yesterday, and so they'll be getting those results back next week. And as those results come in, the actual person that's actually CEO of that group, I think there's 7 homes that he's in charge of. He wants to set up a teleconference with myself and all, which we'll have to do that on the phone, and we may be able to hook it in direct here and hear what he's got to say, because he's got so much stuff going. It's going to be hard for him to come in person here next week, but they do want to do that, and we'll keep you up on that and what day that's going to be. Because there's a lot of concern out there, that with the people. There's a lot of people got loved ones out there, and family, the families are really concerned. And of course, with also the social distancing and all the nursing homes have been kind of closed down. Not letting family members in, so that even creates even more. So, but they're working real well, trying to get to the bottom of this issue. And for those of you who haven't been watching, the big issue is they were tested a week before last. There was 5 of these people came back with a positive for COVID, and then they immediately retested those 5. 4 of them were employees, and 1 was actually a resident there, and they came back positive that week. The next week, last week they tested, came back negative. So there was something, and this is a swab test. This is supposed to be one of the most accurate tests that you can have. And so what's going on with that, they're doing all kind of research on the kits to see just exactly whether they were possibly contaminated, one or the other, or, are they positive, are they negative. So they went back and they've went through every person and every staff member, and they've tested those people. So that's what I'm getting at. So next week we'll have some answers there, and we will share that with you just as soon as we know that. Did want to mention too, downstairs they're going wide open down there with people, and a lot of people's going through here being tested now that the word's gotten out at our actually health department, which is downstairs from our administrative building. It's very simple. It don't cost anything at all. Stay in your car. You drive through. You don't have to call beforehand. You can just drive through if you want to. But if you have questions, you can call our health department at 657-4213, area code 706. They're there Monday through Thursday, 1 to 4, and Fridays 9 to 1, and Saturday even. They're there on Saturday morning from 9 to 12. So there's no excuse for not being tested if you want to be tested by the Georgia Public Health. And it is a swab test, not a blood draw. And if you want to do a blood draw and go that route, the Lawson Medical, mention that daily. They're at 706-657-3200. And 657-3200, and they actually do the blood draw, send it to a lab, and you get your results back 3 to 5 days, from what I understand. Their hours of operation is a little different. They're Monday through Thursday, and she comes in at 5 o'clock in the evening, and actually will test you all the way through 9 o'clock. So that's 4 hours in the evening when you get in. You come home, eat supper, and go. And if you want to go there, you got plenty of time to do that. And Now there is a cost for that. It's $25, and then plus a lab fee. And so she'll explain that if you want to call them. The number is 657-3200. They'll explain exactly what that is. She's also open on Saturday and Sunday, and that's from 8 till 6. So that there again, that's another day there if you want to go through, and if you got if you in your mind you want to do the blood draw or have the blood draw done on you, that's good hours. I mean, for people even at work. The testing facility in Walker County, it's a civic center. It's also the Georgia Public Health. They're doing testing similar to we're doing they're doing in the basement here, and its number is 706-375-7705, and that's over to Walker County Civic Center off of Highway 27 over there. And of course, the Ready Clinic Lafayette, they're still doing the actual blood draw there too, and I think they're doing maybe back to the finger prick too. And their number is 706-620-0200. The cost on that's $40, just flat $40. Now the testing facility at the Civic Center is free, just like the Georgia Public Health here in Dade County. Let me see here, make sure I haven't left anything out. I don't believe so. We're going to our numbers. We have increased one in Dade County since yesterday. We do have a new confirmed case. We went from 27 to 28. And there's still 11 antibody tests that's involved in that number that you can deduct from that. Walker County, they went from 109 to 112. They have 44 antibody tests. Catoosa County, they went from 115 to 119. Chattooga County, they stayed the same at 24. Whitfield County, they went from 311 to 329. Gordon County, they went from 142 to 148. Floyd County went from 254 to 258. Bartow County, they went from 459 people to 470, and there's still 1,443 unknown cases out there. That's not been related to any of the counties. The addresses have not been matched. Totally in Georgia, we've had 1,972 deaths. That's up from 1,957 as of yesterday. And we have, since the beginning, we've had 7,838 people in Georgia that's been hospitalized. Now, most of those people there, the big majority of them have already been in, and they're back out, into the workforce or into everyday life. Moving to Tennessee, Tennessee at this time, they have 21,679 confirmed cases in the state of Tennessee. They also have 14,632 of those cases that have recovered and back in everyday life. Hamilton County, we'll move to the counties, adjoining county here. They went from 670 to 719 in Hamilton County. That's a pretty good jump. But they also have 241 recoveries there out of that you can deduct from that. They've had 15 people that have passed away. Marion County, they went from 37 to 38. They have 27 that's recovered, with one deceased. Grundy County, they stayed at 32. They have 27 recovered, with one deceased. Sequatchie County, they went from 13 to 15. They have 11 recovered. Midge County, they went from 25 to 26, and they have 21 recovered. Bradley County, they went from 105 to 108 people in Bradley County. They have 84 recoveries with one deceased. Totally in Tennessee, they have 356 deaths. That's up from 353 yesterday. With a total hospitalization from the beginning, they have had 1,689 hospitalized. Totally in Tennessee, they've had 415,989 tested, and that's compared to Georgia of 532,007 people that have been tested. Moving to Alabama, they have 16,554 confirmed cases in Alabama. That's up from 16,094 as of yesterday. Jackson County, they went up one. They went from 74 to 75. DeKalb County, they went from 240 to 241. Pretty much complete sad, and numbers keep rising. Some of the counties have had, like Hamilton County. That was a big jump for Hamilton County. But anyway, maybe next week, from the looks of things, we're going to get more and more back to a little bit normality, there. I mean, we've got our little our ball, softball, summer softball. I know the soccer and all, they're going to kind of semi-start that up. Back up our rec fields. They have increased the numbers, to 25 now instead of 10. That's a good sign, and so just bear with the governor and as we move along with this, and we're going to go right by his guidelines, and because that's and also not only his guidelines, but he's kind of going by the federal guidelines too of the president. So he does recommend to try to wear your mask, your face mask out in public, or when you're in the grocery stores or whatever. Or even if you go to start attending, which there'll be a lot of people going to your ball games, and even if you're out like that and you're still around your neighbors, it's not a mandatory thing. It's not a law, but it's just common sense, to try to wear your mask and do what you're asked to do, and keep your social distancing. So if you've got any questions, go ahead.
We do have a couple of questions. So county offices are open and as always, but what are those hours that the county offices are open?
We're back to normal hours. We get here at 8:30. We here earlier than that, but 8:30, and then we leave at 5. Yeah.
Monday through Thursday, 8
Monday
to 5,
and then on Fridays, as we've been doing this for 5 or 6 years, the offices shut down at 2:00. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the same for voting for anybody who wants to early vote.
Voting's the same way, yeah, except for tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow's the Saturday where you can come in on Saturday, and. Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, so the state of emergency has been extended, but has the shelter-in-place order been extended?
No, the shelter-in-place is still the same. It's for your senior people, senior citizens, and also people that have maybe some lung problems or whatever, and that's over the 12th, right?
The 12th,
yeah.
June the 12th at 11:50.
Yeah.
At 11:59
yeah.
p.m.
And what that means is, you still need to. You're advised to. To take more precaution. Stay at home if you can. That don't mean you can't go out and buy groceries. You can't go. You can go out and try to do it as early as you can. Kind of keep away from the crowds. But you can go get your hair fixed. You can go get but try to wear your mask. Use extra precaution, and just use common sense because your own health better than anybody.
That's it.
Okay. Appreciate everyone. And trying to help us out on this and just. Hang in there and get out and enjoy the fresh air if you can, and we'll be back Monday at 3:00. And if you've got any questions through the weekend, feel free to call. We'll be here for you, 667-8999, area code 423. And we'll see you Monday.